y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? So today I'm very excited for the books that we're going to be getting into in this video because I'm going to be reading like fall Halloween books. So the first one I'm going to be reading is Old Country by Matt Query and Harrison Query. I have already started it. I'm about like 78 pages into the book. I started it today and it's only like 5:30, so definitely gonna get more into that book tonight. It's very interesting. Let's read the back, shall we? In the house of their dreams, former Marine Harry and his wife Sasha have packed up their life and their golden retriever Dash and fled the corporate rat race to live off the land in rural Idaho. Their breathtaking new home sits on more than 40 acres of meadow, aspen trees, and pine forest in Teton Valley. Even if their friends and family think it's a strange choice for an up-and-coming pair of urban professionals, Harry and Sasha couldn't be happier about the future they're building, all by their lonesome. That is, until their nearest neighbors, Dan and Lucy Steiner, come bearing more than housewarming gifts. Dan and Lucy warn Harry and Sasha of a malevolent spirit that lives in the valley, one that with every season will taunt them in fresh, ever more diabolical ways. As each season passes, the spirit grows stronger, the land more sinister, and each encounter more dangerous. Will Harry and Sasha learn the true meaning of a forever home before it's too late? Haunting and bone-chilling, Old Country is a spellbinding debut in the horror genre. That's what that one is about. The next one that I'm going to be reading, that I think I'm also going to be starting tonight because I'm getting it on Kindle Unlimited so I can read these two like at the same time, is Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice by Becky Monson, I believe. I am hoping that does not have a ton of spice in it because I'm not a girl who enjoys spice in her books. So if there's a ton of spice in it, I'm gonna be really upset. And then the last one that I'm going to be reading, which I'm actually really looking forward to, is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which I've never read before. Remember, it used to be like in my classroom libraries in like elementary school and stuff, but the fact that it has like a real-ish picture on the front always made me think it was like a non-fiction book. And I was like, boring. It's gonna be the last book I'm gonna be reading in this video. So today's Monday. I am 78 pages into this book. I think there's like 322 pages in here. Let's keep going, shall we? Okay, I am starting Old Country. Let's see how it goes. It is like 10:30 and I'm starting Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice. Okay, it's Tuesday. I started Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice last night, like right before I went to bed. And it is now Tuesday. I just showered. I'm about to get in bed and I am 89% of the way through the book, so I think I'm gonna finish it right about now. But it is shorter than normal, than like the average length of the books I usually read. Usually books that I read are at least 300 pages and this one's only 237, so it's a lot shorter than books that I normally read. And really, I said 300, but generally the books I read are at least 350 pages, if not closer to 400. So for me, this seems like a very short book. I'm really enjoying it. It's so cute. I looked it up on Goodreads today and saw like a couple of reviews complaining that, oh, it's like pumpkin spice, but like there's no spice. But like that is like my ideal book. I mean, I guess you would consider this a slow burn because I'm 89% of the way through the book and the characters have only just now kissed. I guess I really love like slow burns because I feel like the characters really get to know each other before like they explore romantic feelings for each other. I am very much not an insta love. I really love when characters become friends before they start anything romantic. So while I did see some people complaining in their reviews that they didn't like that, I am really enjoying it. It is like the perfect little like rom-com for me and like what my ideal rom-com is. So I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying this book. Good morning. It's Wednesday morning. I got up, went to my weightlifting class. My professor didn't show up. And then I went to breakfast. And now I'm back in bed in my pajamas. Anyways, I finished Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice last night. I thought it was super cute. I rated it, I think, 4 stars. But I wish the ending was longer. But I say that with every book that I read. And I think, I was just thinking about it in the shower. And I think, like, if you're reading a romance or a rom-com, like, the whole plot of the book is trying to get the characters to end up together, right? And I think that's why I like fantasy books so much, because romance is the subplot. It is not the focus of the book. So in the book, if the characters end up together, that doesn't mean the story is over. And so just because of that, you end up getting more of the couple together, because the couple tends to end up together before, like, the plot has been resolved. Just because of the way that fantasy books are structured, you get more of the couple together. And so I think that's why I like fantasy books with romance subplots more than romance books or rom-coms, because you end up getting more of the couple together. Now I'm gonna do some reading of Old Country. I think I'm like a third of the way through ish. I'm like 120 something pages into this book. It's interesting. I really had no expectations going into this book, and I think that's definitely the way to go, because I really didn't know what I was getting into with reading this. One thing I am confused about is the way that their names are formatted on the bottom. Okay, I'm just over halfway through this book, and I have to say, the husband character is really, really getting on my nerves. Obviously, the 2 main characters, they didn't believe anything that their neighbors told them when they came over and told them about, like, the spirit that haunts the land and whatever. And despite, like, their words proving to be true at every single turn, the husband has just been doubting it, and he's like, everyone's trying to screw with us, everyone's trying to screw with us, despite, like, everything being proven true. And, like, not other than the fact that it seems unrealistic, there has been no indication that, like, people aren't telling the truth. And he's making me really, really angry. So I'm currently rooting for the wife right now, because I like her, because she takes people seriously, and she has a lot more faith in people than the husband does, and he's annoying me. So, well, it's just like, he's just constantly like, people are trying to screw with us, people are trying to screw with us. It's like, dude, who has the time? Like, these people are trying to live their own lives. Who has the time to screw with you like that? Seriously, get over yourself. Okay, I hope you can understand what I was saying in that clip about Old Country yesterday, about how the husband is really irritating me. I have started Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I don't know if I've said that yet in this video. And I have seen the movie adaptation of this book, so I kind of know a little bit what to expect, but not a whole lot. And honestly, as I'm like reading the book, I'm like, I don't actually remember much about this movie. Been reading that, I'm only like 15% of the way through. But I'm gonna try really hard to finish both Old Country and Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children today. But I also need to finish Talking at Night for tomorrow, potentially. So that may not end up happening. I might finish them tomorrow. I don't know what I was at yesterday when I started reading, but I'm currently at 53% of the book. It says I've got 2 hours and 40 minutes left in the book. So, hopefully I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. Oh, I feel very ill. I just finished Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I didn't realize it was a series and that I just finished the first one of the series. Am I gonna read the next one in the series? Probably not. I honestly found it quite boring and I didn't really enjoy reading it all that much. I probably won't be reading the next one. Okay, we've come to the end of this video. I'm not that pleased with the books that I ended up reading in this video. The first book that I was reading, well, the first book I started was Old Country, and then I started Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice while I was reading Old Country. I loved Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice. I rated it 4 stars. Old Country, I rated like 2.75 stars. And then I rated Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children like 2.5 stars. Old Country, it just was quite repetitive and like didn't really offer much. Like it didn't really offer much, to be honest. I think I read the synopsis or the back of the book in here. I would have loved to hear more about what happened to, like, I would have liked to hear more about the spirit specifically. Like we didn't hear anything about like where it originated, just that it's like super, super old, and I would have loved to know more about the spirit. And the ending was just not good. Just not good. Spoiler alert, if you're at all planning on reading this book, which I wouldn't really recommend, I'll put a timestamp down here. At the end, Harry and Sasha are like trying their hardest to vanquish the spirit, and like it's unclear whether or not they did. The book just ends on like oh, maybe they vanquished the spirit, maybe they didn't. Big question mark. And it's like, what do you mean? How can you end the book like that with like a big question mark on whether or not the spirit's actually gone? And then I was reading some Goodreads reviews of that book once I finished, and it brought up a good point I didn't even think about, is that this book does have a lot of white saviorism in it. It's a point made in the book that like some of the neighbors to Harry and Sasha are Native American, and it explains like a little bit of the history like around that land, around them, and like their history on the land and stuff. But then of course it's the two like token white people who like come in and are like maybe able to vanquish the spirit after like these Native American people have been living on the land for like thousands of years with the spirit, cohabitating with it. But no, none of them were able to vanquish the spirit. That was a bit irritating. Anyways, then I read Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice, and I loved it. It was just such a cutesy little rom-com. I just really liked it. It was like super cute. I liked the dynamic between the FMC and the love interest. It was just like lots of good banter and just like super cutesy, easy fall read. I think I got it on Kindle Unlimited, so go read it on there if you want a cute little fall read. And then I read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I just felt quite bored throughout the whole thing. Like there was never a time when I was like really pulled into the book and like really wanted to know what happened next. And like the first book in a series, and I probably won't ever read any of the other books in the series. I was just quite bored, and so I gave that one like a 2.5 stars. Had some like 2-star range books and one like 4 stars. That is that. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling up to it. Anyways, I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.